And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good evening, everybody. This is Kenny Masterson coming to you live from Elsberry High School in Elsberry, Missouri. And we are here tonight to see a varsity basketball game between the Union Wildcats and the Elsberry Indians. We just got done watching a JV game. And what we're going to see is a varsity game, but they just got finished with the JV game, and Elsberry came out on top of that one, 44-37 in overtime. Elsberry was behind most of the game, and then in the last couple of minutes came in and then tied it up with about a half a second to go. I think they put a second and a half on the clock. But they tied it up with no time left. Went into overtime. They played 2 minutes of overtime, and Elsberry pretty much dominated the overtime. So that brings us to the varsity game. This is actually a makeup game. This was supposed to have been played, a couple of weeks ago, I guess, and they got a little bit of weather, and so they canceled the game, or should say rescheduled it. It's been 2 years since they played, because last year the game was canceled because of weather, and they never did reschedule it. This year they had to cancel again, but then they were able to get a reschedule in. So anyway, the all-time record between these two teams, they don't meet very often. I guess maybe Mother Nature doesn't like them to play each other, so they throw some ice on the roads. But the all-time record between these two teams is Union 2 and Elsberry 1. So they've only played 3 times since with keeping records on this, or at least the MISHA records, the Missouri State High School Athletic Association, or something like that, Activities Association. Their last meeting was the 17th of January of 2018. It was at Union, and Elsberry won that game 57-50. So they've got a 1-game streak going. Neither team has been very successful this year. Union is 3-12 on the season, and Elsberry, as you know, is 2-15 on the season. So neither team has been very successful. But this is basketball. Somebody's going to win the game. And over the season, Elsberry has put up an average of 33.4 points per game, and they've allowed 59.1. So pretty good difference there. That, like 25-point difference that they've allowed more than what they've scored. Union, on the other hand, has scored 44.1 points per game, and they've allowed 56.5, so a little smaller spread there, but they're still on the deficit side of the points. They still aren't scoring as much as their opposing team, which is why they are 3-12, and same thing with Elsberry, why they're 2-15. So anyway, let's throw a couple of commercials in here, and I'll come back and give you the rosters.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, just to let you know, I got to go down and talk to the statisticians, but I'm going to play a long commercial here. Maybe I can be back before it's over.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, I am back. They've made some changes in the numbers on these Elsberry players, and I wasn't sure who all was who here. So anyway, let's go over the rosters as I have them, and hopefully they are correct. Playing tonight for the Union Wildcats, number 1, Dustin Vance. Number 2, Austin Helms. Number 3, Tanner Hall. Number 4, Peyton Burke. Number 10, Mason Bailey. Number 11, Jackson Dickinson. Number 12, Matthew Seeley. Number 21, Caden Hughes. Number 22, Caden Motley. Number 23, Colin Girdle. Number 24, Caleb Mabey. Number 32, Lance Corum. That is the roster as given to me by the Union Wildcats. All right, now, I hope I have all this right. Playing tonight, or on the roster tonight for your Elsberry Indians, we have number 1, Cody Thornhill. Number 2, Joel Mound. Number 3, Trevor Ashing. Number 4, Deshaun Dodson. Number 5, Eli Gladney. Number 10, Bryce Irving. Number 11, Caden Kinsler. Number 12, Kyle Turnbull. Number 14, Colby Twellman. Number 20, Gavin Reller. Number 22, Kane Sadler. Number 24, Jake Reimel. Number 44, Gabriel Hill. And number 50, Bo Henry. Just looking to see who's out there. Joel Mound had been out for several games, and he is back out there tonight. Gabriel Hill is not going to be playing tonight. And you'll notice that I didn't give Jack St. Pierre's name. He's walking around out there with a cast on his left ankle. So somebody told me a stress fracture or something to that effect. So anyway, that's why number 3 tonight is Trevor Ashing instead of Jack St. Pierre. But it still looks like 2 main players out still for Elsberry, Gabriel Hill and Jack St. Pierre. So that's not good news at all. A little over 3 minutes to go until this game starts. And let's go ahead and throw some more commercials in here. Get them over with now and don't have to do them later.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the megabanks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And we are back, and we're going to have the national anthem now. Okay, we are back. And at this point in time, we get the camera back down where it should be. And now we're going to have the starting five for each team. Having a few announcements here for the state. The state says that they had to have these announcements. So, starting tonight for Union Wildcats, number 4, Peyton Burke. Number 12, Matthew Seeley. Number 22, Caden Motley. Number 23, Colin Gerdell. And number 24, Caleb Mabey. That is the starters for the Union Wildcats. Starting tonight for your hometown, Elsberry Indians. Number 4, Deshaun Dodson. Number 5, Eli Gladney. Number 11, Caden Kinsler. Number 24, Jake Reimel. And number 50, Bo Henry. That is the starters tonight for your hometown Elsberry Indians. Now, as we get ready to go, we have a brand new 8 minutes on the clock. And they're already showing double bonus on each team's. I think they need to get rid of that off the clock. At least they have both teams starting off the same. There they go. Well, they put him back. Now they're gone again. I don't know. Anyway, we have Bo Henry jumping, and he is jumping against Colin Gerdell. And Union takes control of the ball. We have Peyton Burke with the ball out on the point. He hands it off to Seeley. He hands it off to Motley. Quite a crew there. Get it underneath. No, shot is no good for Union. And Bo Henry comes up with the rebound. And Reimel brings it up fast. And he goes right to the basket. No good. Bo Henry was in there fighting for the rebound, and the ball went off of Union, and it stays with Elsberry. As Caleb Mabey, who he was fighting with for the rebound, they get the ball into Henry. Reimel now has it out on the high post. Henry looked at driving it in, wasn't there. Reimel puts it up, no good. And that ball is going to be off of Henry and goes to Union. .708 to go in this first quarter. No score yet. Each team's had one possession. Union has their second possession now. Three-point attempt, no good. And Kinsler with the rebound. All right, Gladney with it out on the point. Back to Kinsler. He looks to try to set something up. Over to Gladney, who'd gone to the other side. Dodson there, and Dodson was called for a travel. So it doesn't look like either team wants to do any scoring tonight. We might end up with a 2-1 game or something. Union brings it down the floor. They lost control of it, but picked it up before it went over the half-court line. And Eli Gladney stole that ball, and he's in for a layup. 2-0. Elsberry draws first blood in this game. And somewhere in there they found a foul. That foul was on Eli Gladney. It's the first foul of the night for either team. They get it in deep. Shot is no good as Caleb Mabey, and Bo Henry has the rebound. And now he drives in through the paint. Goes up. No, the shot is no good, but he does draw the foul. And that foul is on Colin Gerdell. Bo Henry at the line for 2 shots. First shot is no good off the front of the rim. Second shot is good. 3-0 lead. 5:25 to go in the first quarter. So I guess we passed up the 2-1 mark. And Bo Henry broke that pass up, and Jake Reimel comes up with the ball. And he brings it down to the floor fast. All right, they take it back out to the point. Eli Gladney has it over to Kinsler. Kinsler way out, farther than I had the camera. Jake Reimel drives in from the left side. He puts the ball up, and it's good. 2 points and a foul. And that foul is on number 23, Colin Gerdell, again. That's his second. With still almost 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and he takes a seat. Reimel on the line for one shot. And it's no good, and Union has the ball. And Caleb Mabey up that time for 2 points and draws a foul. That foul is on Bo Henry. It's his first. Each team with 2 fouls now. So Mabey on the line. And his shot is no good. And finally get the ball across the line. Kinsler has it now. Out on the point. And he drives in, runs into a brick wall, and changes his mind. Reimel takes it off, and he goes in for another left-handed layup that is good and draws a foul. And that foul is on Peyton Burke. That's his first. And Union calls a timeout with 4:17 to go in the first quarter. The score is Elsberry 7 and Union 2. Let's take a break.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, Jake Reimel on the line for one shot. He's had one shot tonight already, and he missed it. And he doesn't miss that one. Union with the ball, 8-2 Elsberry. Three-point attempt, and it's good. Peyton Burke for 3 points. Makes the score 8-5. No pressure right now by Union, and Kinsler brings it up the floor, gets across the timeline. And he touched the line, trying to go around, and over and back turnover, Elsberry to Union. See who this foul is on. It is on Deshaun Dodson. It's his first. Shot by Caleb Mabey is no good, but he draws a foul. That foul is on Jake Reimel. That's his first. Maybe on the line, he's missed his first shot. And that one falls in. Second shot is good. Makes the score 8-7. Elsberry on top of Union. Three-point attempt for Gladney, no good. Dribbled off of his foot, and Gladney comes up with it and gets it over to Kinsler. Passing the ball around Trying to let everybody touch it. That way Union won't know who is going to finally do something with it. Henry has it now at the top of the key. Gives it over to Reimel, takes a three-point attempt, no good, and that was Burke up with the rebound. He gives it underneath the maybe, and he puts it up and in and draws a foul. And that gives Union the lead, and that foul is on Jake Reimel. It's his second. So Union has the lead now 9-8. Shot is up and good. He is 3 of 4 from the line tonight. Caleb Mabey for Union. Gladney for 3, no good. And Union with the rebound. And there was a foul called way out by the three-point line, and that foul is on Eli Gladney. That's his second foul. Three-point attempt, no good. And Gladney tried to get the rebound, and it slipped through his hands. So Union's ball underneath. Get the ball into maybe. Back outside again. And they send it back out onto the high point. Inside to maybe again. Here's a three-point attempt. No good. And Union with the rebound. Nice, easy shot there by number 22, Caden Motley. And Union takes a 12-8 lead. Ball knocked out of bounds by Union. 1:33 remaining in the first quarter. Union over Elsberry, 12-8. So Kinsler with the ball, gives it over to Dodson. Henry for 3, no good. And he gets his own rebound. And Dodson up with 2 points. To score 12-10 with 1:05. And trying to drive the line and can't do it. And Kane Sadler comes in and grabs that ball away. Kinsler Kinsler was driving in, and Kane Sadler was called for an offensive foul. Turns the ball over to Union with a 12-10 lead with 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Three-point attempt is no good. And put back by Lance Corum was no good. And that foul, once again, is on Kane Sadler. It's his second. So Lance Corum on the line for 2 shots. First free throw is good. 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. Score is 13-10. Mason Bailey now in the game for the Wildcats. Second free throw is no good. And Union did a good job there of getting in front of that rebound and knocking it off of Sadler to go out of bounds. So Union maintains control of the ball underneath their own basket. They get the ball out on the three-point line. Henry with the rebound. And desperation shot down the floor. And that is the end of the first quarter. The score is 13-10, Union over Elsberry. Let's take a break.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, we are back for the second quarter. A fresh set of 8 minutes on this clock. And Elsberry has the ball. Three-point attempt, and it's good for Joel Mound. That ties the game at 13. And there is 2 points for Caleb Mabey. Joel Mound for three again. No good this time, and Union got the rebound, and they bring it up the floor. There's a three-point attempt. No good, and Kinsler with the rebound. That was Seeley that tried that three-pointer. Bryce Irving in the game. And Bo Henry drives in and can't get the shot to drop, but he does draw the foul. That foul is on Peyton Burke. That's his second of the night. Puts Bo Henry in the line. He is 1 for 2 tonight. First free throw is no good. Second free throw is up, and it rims in and out. No good. Maybe trying to get in, and he doesn't. Misses the shot, but the rebound goes to Union anyway. And we have one referee I think was calling a jump ball, and the other one called a foul. The foul won. Bryce Irving with that foul. It's his first. And that puts Caden Motley on the line for a 1-and-1. First shot is up and no good. And Elsberry with the rebound. So Kinsler has the ball out on the point, over to Irving. Colby Twellman has it out on the high post. Telegraphed his pass and over to Union. And now Bryce Irving picks it up. Ball was fumbled by Union. Bryce Irving drives in and draws a foul. And that foul is on Matthew Seeley. It's his first. And that foul was on the floor, so there's not a shooting foul. Okay, ball way out on the... Oh, pass right to Union. I don't know what they were thinking there. Maybe in and 2 points. Four-point lead for Union, 17-13. Under 5.5 to go in the first half. Irving has the ball out on the point, over to Kinsler. Kinsler for three, no good, and Union with the rebound. Long pass over to, right underneath the maybe, and it rolls in. 19-13 is the lead for Union, and a timeout called.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Okay, we are back. They've blown the buzzer, and neither team seems to be listening to it. Looks like they're ready to go out now. 4:48 to go in the first half. Score is 19-13 Union. Elsberry has the ball. No pressure at all by Union. Reimel out there to try to do something. Kinsler for three, and it's good. To score 19-16. Shot is no good for Union, and Reimel brings it up. Gets it over to Irving, and he tries to fake out Union, and he ended up faking out himself. So 4:05 to go. 3-point lead for Union. Driving the baseline. The shot is no good, but you're going to be a foul on Bo Henry. That's his second for the night. That puts Caden Motley on the line for two shots. First one is up and no good. Second shot is good. 20-16. Now we got some full court pressure by Union. And they get the ball across the line to Bo Henry, and he is attacked. And that foul is on number 24, Caleb Mabey. If there's anybody Elsberry wants to create some fouls for, that's the one. He is by far their leading scorer. Reimel drives in, puts the ball up, no good, and cannot get a rebound or a foul. And there was Caden Motley for 2 points, drove it right in. Now that Bo Henry had it underneath and chose to pass it back out. Now Reimel is there, puts it up, and Bo Henry puts it up for 2 points on the rebound. 22-18. Maybe up for 2 points. I'm going to run out of room to put his points on. Kinsler for 3, and it's good. (24-21). And Gladney down the floor. And he's going to be called for travel. I kind of figured that one. $1:59 to go in the first half. Union on top 24-21, and they have the ball. Bailey with the ball, gets it inside to Mabey, and there's 2 more points for Mabey. 26-21, 5-point lead. Bo Henry over to Reimel, up for 3, no good, and Union with the rebound. And foul is called on Elsberry there. The players down there felt it should have been an offensive foul. The foul is on Jake Reimel. That's his 3rd. That puts number 4 on the line, and the free throw is good. Peyton Burke. One more shot for Burke. 27-21 right now. Second shot, no good. And Elsberry barely gets the rebound. But they do get it. A little over a minute to go in the first half. Joel Mound with the ball out on the point. Joel Mound drives it, well, was going to drive in. 3-point attempt there by Irving. He gets his own rebound. Foul's called out on the floor. Let's see what this is. That foul is on Jackson Dickinson of Union. That's his first foul. It puts Twelman on the line for a 1-and-1. First shot is up and no good. So Union with the ball and a 6-point lead, less than half a minute to go in the first half. And Union player tripped over his own teammate, so therefore that would be a traveling call. Union coach is questioning it, but yeah, there's no doubt he was not fouled, except he was, unless you want to call his own player fouling him. 15 seconds to go. Kinsler with the ball over to Mound, over to Irving. They get the ball in deep to Bo Henry, and he puts it up and is no good. So, at the end of one half of this ball game, the score is 27-21, Union over Elsberry. And the talk of this game so far has been for Union, Caleb Mabey. He has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17 points. Of the 27 points that Union has, he has 17 of them. That leaves Peyton Burke with 4, Caden Motley with 5, and Lance Corum with 1. So they make up the other 10 points. Whereas Elsberry's 21 points have been stretched around to most of the team. Joel Mound has a 3-pointer. Deshaun Dotson has 2 points. Eli Gladney with 2 points. Caden Kinsler with 2 3-pointers for 6 points. Jake Reimel with 5 points, and Bo Henry with 3 points. And probably the worst part about this is Jake Reimel with 3 fouls, Eli Gladney with 2, Kane Sadler with 2, and Bo Henry with 2. So they're going to have to play just a little more careful in this second half. For Union, Peyton Burke has 2 fouls, and Colin Gerdell has 2 fouls. Caleb Mabey, Matthew Seeley, and Jackson Dickinson have 1 foul each. So let's go ahead and run some commercials here while we are at halftime. There's no entertainment going on at this game. I guess they didn't really have time to get anything brewed up because this was almost a last-minute game. They originally were trying to get this Wednesday night and got it. They got it for tonight instead because there was another conflict. And on a personal note, I've got some personal business Wednesday night, so I'm really glad that this is being played tonight and not Wednesday night. Now, we will be back here tomorrow night for a varsity boys game, a varsity game. Well, you'll hear my voice. A varsity girls game and a varsity boys game tomorrow night against Wellsville Middletown. And then Thursday night and Friday night, both, I'll be heading for North Callaway. Be a girls' game. I think the girls' game is Thursday night and the boys' game is Friday night. You'd have thought they would have thought about me having to drive over there 2 nights in a row and they'd have put them together, but I guess I'm not their top priority whenever they're scheduling these games. But anyway, let's take a break here.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird looks showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are ready to start this second half. And it's going to be Union's ball out of bounds. And in this half, they're going to be going from your left to your right. I didn't say it at the beginning of the game. I think you probably figured it out. Union is in the red uniform, the away uniform, and Elsberry is at home in the white uniform. And there was a travel. So Union starts this second half off with a turnover, and Elsberry takes over. They are down by 6 points. Half a minute has been played in this second half. All right, Bo Henry went up, tried an under the basket layup, couldn't get it. Deshaun Dodson out there was able to get the rebound, put the ball up, and was fouled. So he's on the line for 2 shots. First shot is up and good. Second shot is good. 27-23, 4-point lead for Union. Shot was no good, and Henry with the rebound. Jake Reimel brings it down, and he goes up, gets the shot, and draws a foul. And that foul is on number 12, Matthew Seeley. That is his second foul. Well, they're saying 3. I missed one somewhere. Free throw is no good for Reimel. That's why any of these, like I said, I missed the foul for Seeley. That's why any of my announcing is all unofficial. I'm not keeping official stats. Ball almost thrown out of bounds. Saved by Union. 3-point shot, no good. Bo Henry up with the rebound. Kinsler has it out on the point. Over to Dodson. Gets it back to Gladney. Reimel has it down in the low post. There's Bo Henry, passes it back out to Kinsler for a 3, no good. And there is a foul. There's a foul called. It's going to be on Dodson. That's his second of the night. Score is 27-25, and Union has possession of the ball. No pressure by Elsberry. Union keeping the ball out on the perimeter. Ball knocked away by Henry. Kinsler came up with it. Reimel's going to take it in. Cannot get the ball to drop. Henry couldn't get it. He had a rebound. He tried to poke it in. Right underneath to Colin Gerdell, and 2 points. Back to a 4-point lead for Union. Kinsler goes up, no good, off the front of the rim, and Union with the rebound. They get it in deep. Oh, right, once again, right underneath. Right underneath to Colin Gerdell. And that foul is on Deshaun Dodson. That's his third. That puts Gerdell on the line for 2 shots. He has 2 shots and a 4-point lead for Union. First shot is no good. Reimel comes out of the game and Kane Sadler goes in. Second shot is no good and Sadler has the rebound. Get the ball in deep to Henry, to Sadler, and the ball just pulled right out of his hand. Union goes up, and that's going to be a foul on Sadler. And that is his third foul. Apparently he wasn't set. So 22 fouled to 22. That's Caden Motley on the line. First free throw is no good. He is 1 for 3 tonight from the free throw line. Second shot is good. 5-point lead for Union. And Elsberry keeping it out on the perimeter. No place to go on the inside. Kinsler has it now on the point, and he puts it down for a dribble. Tries to drive in, and the ball stolen away from him. Now Union drives in. There's a shot, 15-foot shot, no good. And there's another foul on Kane Sadler. That is his 4th foul. So with 3.5 minutes to go in the second half in the game, Sadler is in serious foul trouble. But Kinsler now has the ball. He drives in and draws a foul. And that foul is on Mason Bailey. That's his first. Pretty good height difference here overall. So Elsberry's having a heck of a time getting the ball in deep. Get the ball into Henry. He didn't drive in. And Kinsler up. Ball bounced in and out of the rim and no good. Maybe up with the rebound. I'm sorry, yeah, maybe, yeah. Right underneath, kicked back out though, and that's number 4, Peyton Burke for 2 points. Dotson tried to drive in and saw he was going to be completely out-heighted. Yes, that's a word. Bo Henry way out on the point. Gets it back out to Gladney. That ball stolen away from Kinsler. Union doing a good job of passing the ball around. 3-point shot, and it's good for Peyton Burke. And a timeout called.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And there was a offensive foul called on Bo Henry. That's his third. Or they called something. I thought they called a foul. Maybe they didn't. Now what they do? Okay, that is a foul called on Henry. So that's his third right there. 10-point lead for Union. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. 3-point shot, no good. And Union gets the ball out of bounds. It went off of Elsberry player last. Shot from the free throw line, bounces out. Rebound over to Maybe, and he gets 2 points. That is a 12-point lead now with 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Reimel drives in, and a foul is called. That foul is on Colin Gerdell. That's his third. So Elsberry with the ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. You get the ball into Bo Henry. He tries to go in, puts the ball up, and bounces out. That ball was more in than it was out, but its final act was going out. So once again, 7.7 seconds left. Get the ball into Bo Henry again. And Reimel drives the line. And he is called for an offensive foul. And that's 4 on him. So 2 seconds to go. And the entire gymnasium, half the gymnasium, wants goaltending called on that. Which actually it should be goaltending. And they did call goaltending. The reason that it's goaltending, the ball hit the rim, and he didn't actually keep it from going through, but the ball hit the rim and he touched the net as the ball was coming down. Technically that is goaltending. So 37-28, 9-point lead. 9-point lead for Union. Let's take another quick break here.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget,
All right, we are back. That was too much left in that commercial. That was a PSA commercial. We don't need to do any more of those tonight. All right, Elsberry with the ball. Gladney dribbling it around. Gets it to Twellman. That ball knocked away, but Deshaun Dotson comes up with it. Twellman tried to drive in and is called for traveling. Again, 7:34 to go in the fourth quarter. 37-28 is the score. Union over Elsberry. And there is a traveling called on Union. Elsberry's ball. Kinsler brings it up the floor. Deshaun Dodson with the pass right to Peyton Burke of Union. Long pass over, three-point shot, maybe gets the rebound, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Gladney, stays with Union. I just realized I didn't do any of the quarter changing. Oh well. It's now the fourth quarter. We'll pretend I did. Three-point shot, and it's good for Peyton Burke. That's his third three-pointer tonight. Makes the score a 12-point lead for Union. And foul called on number 22, Caden Motley of Union. That's his first. Union has 2 players with 3 fouls. Elsberry has 2 players with 4 fouls. Kinsler with the ball, gets it across the timeline. And that pass stolen by Union. No good, and Twellman with the rebound. Gets it to Gladney. Right underneath the Reimel and 2 points. Nice looking play there. Three-point shot, no good. Right underneath. Rebound to Colin Gerdell and 2 points. Elsberry is not there for the rebounds. And there was Jake Reimel for right underneath and could not get it to drop. And a jump ball called. And that goes over to Union on the alternating possessions. All right, he went in. That was Colin Gerdell drove in through the paint. And that foul is on Jake Reimel, and that's it for him. That's 5. That's going to put Colin Gerdell at the line for 2 free throws. So now they got to get another player in there. And here comes Bryce Irving in. First shot is up and good. It's his first free throw of the night. He's missed his first 2. So he's 1 for 3 now. 13-point lead for Union, 4.5 minutes to go. Second shot is good. He went from 0% to 50% just like that on free throws. Bo Henry for 3, no good, and maybe with the rebound. And that foul is on Caden Kinsler. That's his first of the night. 4:05 to go in the fourth quarter. 44-30 is the score. 14-point lead for Union. Mason Bailey on the line. First shot is good. Second shot is good. 16-point lead. All right, Elsberry passing it around the perimeter. There's just too much height for him. Even though Bo Henry is in there with a lot of height, there's just too many others that has his height. And there's a nice shot there by Deshaun Dodson for 2 points. Smallest player out there, and he's the one that got up over them. .3:16 to go. Union just pushing the ball around, trying to get some time off the clock. Under 3 minutes. And a foul is called. That foul is called on Kinsler. It's his second. That puts Peyton Burke on the line. He's 1 for 1 from the free throw line tonight. 2 for 2. Back to a 15-point lead. And 3 for 3. They're back to a 16-point lead. 48-32 is the score. Elsberry has the ball underneath the Union's basket, and Kinsler brings it down the line. And he fumbles the ball and kicks it out of bounds. Union's ball. And there is a foul, another foul on Caden Kinsler. That's 3 on him now, all within the last couple of minutes. Once again, Mason Bailey on the line, 2 for 2 tonight from the free throw line. 3 for 3, his first shot is good. With Union being in the double bonus. Maybe is out of the game now with second shot is good. He's out of the game now with 19 points for the night. Three-point shot for Irving. No good. And ball knocked out of bounds by Elsberry. So Union's ball on the sideline. 2.5 minutes to go. Union just throwing the ball around now. Just running some time off the clock. There is a foul called on Deshaun Dodson. It's his 4th foul tonight. And that puts Peyton Burke on the line for another couple of free throws. 50-32 is the score. 51-32. Deshaun Dodson comes out and Cody Thornhill comes in. Second free throw was no good. It's the first one he's missed tonight. Kinsler goes to drive in. Eli Gladney for 3. No good. Bo Henry with the rebound. And foul is on number 12, Matthew Seeley. That is his 4th foul. First player for Union to come up with 4 fouls. 1:45 to go in the game. Kinsler for 3. And it's good. Union brings it back out right underneath to number 21, Caden Hughes, for 2 points. Foul called on the floor. Foul is on Colin Gerdell. That's his 4th foul. And Union getting ready to make a wholesale exchange here with 1:18 to go and a 53-35 lead. But in the meantime, Eli Gladney is on the line for a 1-and-1. First shot is no good. And 3-point attempt, no good. And all of that was knocked out of bounds by Elsberry. So Gavin Ruller is now in the game. Foul is on number 10, Bryce Irving. That's his 2nd. And that puts, it puts 15 on the line, but I don't have a name for 15. He was not on the roster. He does get a free throw, though, so he gets a point. Second free throw, no good. And Elsberry with the ball. Ruller brought it up. Cody Thornhill for 3, no good. And that foul is on, who are they calling that on? 34. I also don't have a 34. But it puts Kyle Turnbull on the line for a 1-and-1. First shot is no good. And it's Elsberry's ball, 43.5 seconds to go. $25 seconds. Just passing it around. 3-point attempt, no good. That was Cody Thornhill with the 3-point attempt. And Union gets the ball with a 19-point lead and 9.9 seconds to go. And they're just going to hold on to it. And that is the end of the ball game. Final score, 54-35. Union over Elsberry. And, Elsberry was kind of holding with them until the 4th quarter, and then that ended that. There was just too much scoring for Union, and Elsberry just couldn't get the ball to go in. So Elsberry drops to 2-16. Union goes to 4-12. And scoring on the game for Elsberry was Joel Mound had 3 points. Deshaun Dodson had 6 points. Eli Gladney had 2. Caden Kinsler had 9. Jake Reimel had 9. And Bo Henry had 3. That was all the scoring for Elsberry. Jake Reimel fouled out with in the fourth quarter. Kane Sadler and Deshaun Dotson each had 4 fouls. Scoring for Union was maybe led everybody with 19 points. Peyton Brook had 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points. Mason Bailey had 4 points. Caden Hughes had 2. And Caden Motley had 6 points. And Colin Gerdell had 6 points. And Lance Coram had 1 point. And number 15, whoever that was, had 1 point. So, not a whole lot to talk about here. So I'm just going to go ahead and shut this down. Just don't forget, tomorrow night we have the varsity girls and the varsity boys against Wellsville Middletown. The girls' game starts at 5:30 and the boys' game at approximately 7 o'clock. So just stay with it. I mean, it'll be 2 separate broadcasts. I always do that. So they get their own games. But then again, Thursday night and Friday night at North Callaway. So anyway, another disappointing night tonight after this ball game. But that's the way some seasons are. So for the Indian Sports Network, this is Kenny Masterson saying good night from Elsberry High School in Elsberry, Missouri. And until tomorrow night, see you later.